Goes to game number 3 here. Gambit Esports versus Team Spirit here in this best of 3. This is it. The winner of this game will move on once again to face Empire in the finals for that ultimate spot for the CIS region of what is the minor event for the StarLadder I-League Invitational Season number 4. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Tsunami once again, and we have another start to a draft here, and once again a fairly different start. I mean, all 3 games, there's a lot of series I feel like we have, very consistent openings at least, and then maybe it changes mid to the late draft. All 3 games, they've been pretty different for the most part, and it follows the trend here. We got a Razor Undying for Gambit, a tiny into then the CK for Team Spirit though.
These are openings that have not been documented before, at least not in this qualifier yet. Tiny CK is a weird opening, because that means that one of these, well, unless it's an offlane Phobos Tiny, but
yeah.
Either way, neither of these heroes are really great mid, and so that already has me a little skeptical, because not only are they not great mid, but they're going to be going into an Undying who is almost certainly going to be mid. Last game, Gambit had picked up the Tusk, and I had expected the Tusk to duel mid, but instead they aggressively tri-laned, and the Invoker just got completely free-farmed the entire time, and Invoker proved to be a big issue as the game rolled later. So hopefully this time Gambit put more of a focus on the mid lane, because, again, Tiny and CK, both of these are pretty mediocre mid laners, and if you plop an Undying down there, already a strength hero is going to get that much weaker. So it's a bold opening, and they follow it up with an Ancient Apparition, which is also kind of odd, but still, at least he's like a somewhat meta hero.
Yeah, decent synergy with the Chaos Knight, I guess. The ultimate's, pretty good as well. You got Undying with the Rip Heal, so, there's some ideas there, but, yeah, the other Titan on the other side for Gambit, speaking of more ways, once again, to help deal with the Chaos Knight, especially with the Phantasm Army, and that Earth Splitter, as well as the Echo Stomp itself. Pretty good combo coming out from him, and going to be good against the likes of a CK, but, yeah, I'm with you. Seeing the first pick, Tiny CK, it's... Again, where the hell are they going to end up? And are we going to see one of those maybe ran as more of a support instead? Are we going to see that off-lane Tiny, as we happen to see earlier on in this event? It's definitely a lot of potential, I guess, for Spirit. But Gambit, actually for them, with that said, I mean, going in the Elder Titan, you kind of wonder, is that going to be your supporting cast, or is maybe going to be an ET off-lane? Because now with the Gyrocopter pick, there's no way they're going to be final picking a support here, I would guess. So, I'm guessing Undying Elder Titan is going to be your supporting duo. And now with perhaps like an offlane core.
5 seconds remaining.
With their final pick. But yeah, really, so many questions still with these drafts.
Yeah, especially because Gambit have, according to Dotabuff, not run ET in a ticketed game. Although those Genting qualifiers were not ticketed, so it's possible that they may have run some let me see this, because I'm curious about this ET, because whenever it's picked I was thinking, oh yeah, this will be offline, but yeah, like you said, I'm losing confidence in that prediction as this thing moves forward.
5 seconds
remaining.
remaining.
Glancing myself as you're doing that, or as you suggested that, and from what I can tell off the bat, I don't think Dave ran Elder Titan specifically, so yeah, not really much information to work with there, but unless you find something different. Anyways, Rubik, the 4th pick.
Yeah, I'm looking at their Genting qualifiers. I don't see an Elder Titan anywhere, so I don't know. This is I mean, it's at least they're stepping out of their comfort zone, which is something I usually welcome. It's still within the realm of viability. I have no issue with ET as a 4 or as a 3, so we'll see. But yeah, Rubik is responded with Team Spirit, so the supporting cast, there's a lot of potential with Team Spirit. Cold Feet has so many ways to proc. You've got Telekinesis, you've got Toss, you've got Avalanche, you've got Rift, you've got Chaos Bolt. So that's great. And then once these heroes are kind of stuck in, you can amp up your Chilling Touch damage with an offensive Null Field, or just there's a lot of synergy potential with Team Spirit right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, Wow. I think Elder Titan is actually a fun hero in general, so I'm definitely excited to see it here. And I feel like I've always been fairly impressed by the impact of the hero. We happen to see it, like I also said, against Chaos Knight specifically, a pretty good option. So, Rubik,
I see ET is a hero that like either he has a quiet game or he has a great game. I never really see ET like lose a game for a team.
No.
He's always useful pretty much. It's kind of like an Earth Spirit. I'll never see an Earth Spirit lose a game for a team.
Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
All right, so they take a while for the ban, but then they're very confident on the pick. They ban the Bat Rider to then pick the Storm Spirit for.
So they're expecting this to be a support Elder Titan.
But well, that, and then also with the Storm Spirit again, it looks like Tiny's like, unless they run. Well, I guess they could do like Tiny safe lane and Chaos Knight aggressive dual lane, perhaps.
5 seconds.
Are they going to do like a 2-1-2 setup maybe here?
That's possible.
I almost feel like they have to.
The problem is that I think the Storm Spirit is going to need help also because, like I said, hopefully. Well, actually, maybe if they don't send the Tiny mid, yeah, I think maybe this is a intentional idea to draw the focus off the mid lane. You pick the Storm Spirit, and that means that the CK and Tiny will be in side lanes, and Undying is the most effective against those strength heroes. He's still useful against the Storm Spirit for sure, especially if it's going to be a Razor mid, I'm guessing. So there is still like potential to send the Undying mid against a Storm, but he's most useful against these strength heroes, and so I don't know how they're going to lane this. You could even do like a solo Storm Spirit in a safe lane kind of thing, depending on who Gambit chooses their offlaner, which may have been part of the reason why they banned out Bat Rider. Maybe they want to send Storm Spirit just to be like a safe lane solo, and Bat Rider would do a great job at zoning him out.
Mm-hmm. And I almost wonder if they're like almost regretting banning the Tidehunter now, because Tidehunter seems like they've been pretty.
That's true.
Pretty decent
actually,
for Gambit here.
The Tidehunter ban is like, yeah. I mean, I would have banned it also. There's no way I would have expected Team Spirit to pick another core.
You may now select
And
your
Shaker's another hero that can contest pretty well in a one-on-one matchup. So I'm thinking it's gonna So Illidan does pick up the CK, and Phobos actually goes on the Tiny. So maybe it is a mid Storm Spirit. But then, like, I don't know what Phobos is going to do. I think he's going to have struggles.
Like, good luck against the Gyrocopter, Undying up there at the top lane, or perhaps just the Elder Titan, but still, it's not going to be the friendliest time. That's why I go back to, if anything, maybe that 2-1-2 setup, but yeah, there's going to be a lot of reaction going on, I have a feeling, in the early laning phase here between the two teams. But Earthshaker, the final pick for Gambit, another great hero against the likes of a Chaos Knight as well. And although I guess with the Earthshaker, is it going to be? Oh no, Bignum's playing the Elder Titan, so he's their 4-player. So it is going to be the 4 Elder Titan. I was going to say maybe the offlane Elder and then the Earthshaker in that 4 instead, which you definitely could see. But no, I want to put Earthshaker.
Looks like it's going to be Cheshire Cat offlane Shaker. It's definitely different than everything else. Again, I feel it will come down to itemization yet again. Spirit have a very mid-game oriented lineup with Tiny and Storm, but Illidan can definitely go late. And in the previous game with CK, Illidan was definitely gearing up towards late game. Like, he got an armlet first item, didn't even bother building a BKB, he went for the halberd afterwards, and then heart. So I really liked Illidan's itemization in that previous game, and I think he should go for a similar itemization this game. On Gambit's side, I don't think they can win this late if they do go for late game. So as much as I've been saying that they should try to avoid building mid-game items, with this draft against Spirit's draft, I think you need to build stuff like Saint and Yasha on Razor, and Mask of Mantis is still fine on Gyrocopter, even though CK will probably tear you up. But still, I think you need to win this game in the mid-game if you're Gambit.
All right, so similar to last game, at least on paper, that's what they ultimately went for, was that mid-game victory. And again, we're unfortunately unable to come through with that, but sorry, we're in this game number 3 in the first place.
for battle.
Spirit versus Gambit, the final game. Moving on to the finals here of the CIS qualifiers will be the winner. All right, so into the laning phase now to hopefully get a little more of an idea and information on what to expect. It does look like that 2-1-2 setup is possible. Rubik is already down here, unless he's just simply here to ward. Or
I don't think you would go boots first on a Rubik who is laning. You need more sustain. this looks like almost like roaming, but I don't really know how effective that would be either. So, but I don't think Biver should just sit around in a lane.
Going to be at the rune for now, but you see Gambit, they're actually near their own tower for the time being, Undying, hiding over in the trees.
I don't think they want to show their lanes.
30 seconds
Yeah,
to
both
battle.
teams I feel like are kind of like that.
Yeah.
Don't give away too much. Now, Rubik, you are right. He places the ward, and he's going to be blocking at least early on for his Storm Spirit. So, yeah, still not the most answers to work with yet. Tiny does have the Stout Shield earlier on, of course, to help him out ideally, but
Yeah, at least he'll be
He
up
does.
against 2 melee heroes down here as the supports. It's Elder Titan and Undying, so he doesn't really need to worry about ranged harass, which is one of the biggest issues for this 0 armor Tiny.
okay.
Yeah, and Undying heads mid, and it looks like Rubik is going to sit around here. But, I mean, Gambit come out way on top. Razor's untouchable for the most part, and if you slap an Undying in this lane as well, I don't even think Biver should spend time here.
Yeah, we've seen so much what an Undying mid especially can do just in the lane in
Yeah.
general. And you see right there, the grip goes up, and the link, excuse me, as well as the decay off the bat. So sure, they actually get some good damage in Iceberg because of the lift into the tower range, but ultimately you would give Gambit the advantage here as far as harassment goes. But yeah, Biver, he's going to stay here for now, try to help his buddy out. Put some damage into them. And that means you instead of having more of the 2-2-1 setup here. But so either team's offlaner is playing solo. And it goes back to, yeah, if you're Tiny, this feels like it is going to be a somewhat difficult task. You brought up a good point. I mean, he's dealing with a melee support at least. But you see right here, homing missiles channeled. Level 1 homing missile. Off the bat, they're going to get it off.
So no rocket barrage to follow,
No.
but they'll get some damage.
Not going to be a kill. I don't think it should be, but just as much damage as possible. Onto the Tiny down there. So very intrigued to see how that. But I figure it's more levels too. It's just going to get worse and worse for him because yeah, once he gets the rocket barrage, then on top of that,
Yeah.
it's how
And
do you deal
then
with it?
you've got easily set up with your stomp as well. Like you set out the homing missile, and then you can just follow Phobos until he finally gets connected on, and then you start channeling your stomp. And he actually, Bignum sends his spirit to soak up a bunch of damage from the jungle camps, and now look at this damage. Plus 51. He basically has a DD rune right now.
He's hitting more than Tiny's doing with the tree, as far as hitting him back. So,
He actually did not refresh it. He could have refreshed it.
oh,
But,
stomp!
oh, no, he's gonna go.
Couldn't cancel at the last second either. So, good job by Tiny. Takes the bounty rune and TP's out, and actually might be able to get his own bounty rune too, because Elder Titan thought he would have maybe just gone for it.
Yeah, but he went all the way back to base.
No, that's going to still be there. All right, and then there's the top lane. CK, of course, understandably having absolute free farm, 13-8. Earthshaker, 1-1. He's, we stressed out Tiny's going to have a very difficult time. It's not much easier for Earthshaker, to be fair.
Yeah,
top
this
lane.
is whenever Earthshaker offlane was the thing. It's now mid lane. ILTW getting really low. One last auto attack with the static link. Actually, he didn't even have static link damage.
Oh,
And the
That was just
atmosphere's
plasma field,
All
and
that
he was
decay.
decayed up, yeah.
Yeah.
That could be deceptive, remember. It's you see that life bar, it's like, oh, I have more than half life, I'm fine. No,
Right.
you really only have like 200 life because of decay. So maybe catches him off guard there.
That's a great first blood. But yeah, whenever Earthshaker was the go-to offlaner, this is the last possible build you'd see. No points in Enchant Totem, but it got nerfed a little bit, and now Cheshire Cat has just been basically using Fissure to block his wave, and now he's trying to cut this wave with his boots, which is he's faster than FNG, and he's going to get out, which actually draws the focus of Biver, but
Yeah, it makes it annoying. You see Cheshire Cat just ports back to the tier 2 tower. And gets right back in the lane, so nice small play from him. But Illidan is actually going to pull the creep wave now beyond his own tower and kind of responds to it.
oh yeah,
Make
that's
sure
perfect.
to get the lane. So yeah, it's nice, nice mind games going on here at the top lane. In the two teams, 4-minute bounty runes are going to be happening. You see Cheshire Cat, he was trying to poke in there, but can't get there. And now his own is also going to be stolen. So yeah, the
This
struggle
actually,
just continues.
I hope Biver stays here because now there's a double wave on the top. So Illidan has been, he dragged his wave correctly, and now there's a lot of dire creeps clumping up. And so if you're able to zone out this Shaker, then that's a ton of experience that he should be missing out on. As now Biver picks up a DD rune, and always want to fly, duke it out.
He does have that tombstone now, the 1-1-1 build. And he decides to go. But Iceberg, again, as we kind of expected, 21-7 here in the middle lane. He too is having a great time, but yeah, you see that double push you're talking about at the top lane now. There's a lot of push coming.
Oh, mid lane, ILTW again. Fairy Fire barely saves him.
Always want to fly, getting pretty low himself, but he does have the 12 charges again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still plenty of life to work with, so he'll be fine. But yeah, very close call again on the Storm Spirit. So at least Cheshire Cat's going to be able to soak up some experience here.
Yeah, he's able to get this experience.
Tiny, meanwhile, he's 3.5, doing a bit better than his counterpart on the other side. As far as levels go, at least, and definitely his farm. 8-2. Actually, not too bad. Guess he does have that tree he can just go and whack with and even throw to maybe get the last hits. So an advantage there.
Although Bignum is only almost level 3, which is surprising. I would have thought that if you don't have to, like, either the Tiny should be lower level or the ET should be higher level. Because if ET is like less experienced than Tiny, that's a bit weird. Because we saw how easily Bignum can zone out this Tiny. If you just get some Astral Spirit damage, then this Tiny cannot deal with it.
I also find it amusing that Gyrocopter's talent build or skill build right now. He's 0-2-0.
Oh yeah, what the heck?
He's
well, maybe this is why. Echo Stomp connected. Start putting those points in Rocket Barrage. Boom, boom, boom. 3 points instantly skilled up.
Oh boy, that's a kill. 2 more seconds, another Rocket Barrage. Yeah, no chance. Yeah, so it pays off there in the end. Being patient. Meanwhile, top lane.
Dropped up.
Yeah, he heals it up a little bit. And the heal up actually might allow for the turn kill from Razor. Going for it on Ancient Apparition, there's a Shrine, but at this point, you're just not worth popping it. So yeah, the Tombstone heal definitely got that kill because they had to stick around a little bit longer to kill it.
Well, they didn't have to.
Well,
as now, ILTW, he wanted to stick around for the Shrine, but Iceberg did not leave.
Wow, and he saw that too. I mean, by the time he did, I guess, it was just too late. Razor's just too fast.
Nighttime, and then Plasma Field provides all the vision necessary for one last auto attack.
So walk up and get a double kill for Razor. Not too bad for Iceberg, and he'll go back to the middle lane and continue that farm. Chaos Knight, bit of a saving grace for Team Spirit. 3,600 net worth. We saw what happened last game from him as well, and he goes a different build,
Midas. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, I hope Illidan goes for a late game build because right now it may come back to bite them because the rest of his team is not doing well. Like, Tiny is getting very, very little done. Storm Spirit is having a tough time in the mid lane. He's having to jungle now. So, sometimes maybe you need to be like, okay, well, now I need to be the mid game hero, as now Undying does go down to an Avalanche Toss combo by Phobos. But he's going late, and he's going to have to keep the pace up with Gyrocopter, who is going to go for a Mask of Madness, and so far there is just a double stack on the Southern Radiant Ancients, and that's it, but there's still plenty of time for Gambit supports to build up a stack for this Gyrocopter.
Yeah, so it seems like Spirit's adjusted now to the strategy of send Tiny mid to recover a little bit, and Storm Spirit's just going to jungle. But by the way, Undying again, going to be tossed up. Puts the Tombstone down, the Rip Heal as well, and Razor, the midst of the Ice Storm active. Tiny at least TP's out to get away. Ancient Apparition, he's like, let me kill the Tombstone first. That's not going to work. Gonna go down, and Iceberg sure is dominating right now. Again, they could just not deal with this Razor at all. At this point in the game, at least. Top lane, what is this about? This is a gank for the Gyrocopter. The Fisher is a little bit funky. I think he still might have been in call-down range, though.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the disjoint with the Phantasm Army. He's going to go for the turn code. Says, I'm taking you with me. It's not enough, though. The Rocket Barrage auto attack to take out Illidan from Dahak there. So a close call in return, but the rotating Gyrocopter ends up working out, and they take out the top net worth on the other side.
Yeah, that's great. This is actually something that we have not seen from Dahak very much. It's this kind of early rotation from any of his one position plays, but this game he's switching it up and definitely took Spirit by surprise. There's no way that you would expect that, especially since Tiny has kind of been in the mid lane. You assume that Gyrocopter's probably off farming the jungle if you haven't seen him on the map in a while, but no, he was moving, and they made a very, very quick movement onto the CK before anyone could be like, has anyone seen Gyrocopter recently?
Yep, he's top lane killing me. That's what the CK's response was. Elder Titan, top lane. He's still sitting up here comfortably with the Earthshaker. Although these are melee heroes, they in a sense are ranged because of the reach they have, of course, with their abilities, but they're not going to dive the tower. It's just not worth it right there. And they'll fall back. Gyrocopter ports to the bottom lane. He gets a tree thrown at him, but he's fine. He's almost got that Mask of Madness, or it's at least on the way. He got the quarterstaff purchase there. And obviously he's looking pretty good. But yeah, back to Razor. Again, intrigued to see what he was going to go for with the early item build. Obviously, Drums has been a very popular choice in general, let alone the Razor. For right now, though, he has the Hood queued up.
Hood? Yeah. I think that's okay. Something that I was considering maybe that Iceberg would build later would be a Blade Mill. I think a Blade Mill could be pretty effective this game. But I like the idea of going for something survivability, because he is so inherently high level right now that to convert on this and to be able to get kills on the CK and other heroes, you just need to stay alive, because all your damage is going to come in through Static Link and Plasma Field and Eye of the Storm. You have so much experience that you're able to get these kills. It's now Viper. Yeah, that rocket. It's not going to connect, but the Decay almost dropped his HP low enough.
And now here goes the homing missile. Let's watch the journey.
Unfortunately, it's flat damage. I miss the days when it's scaled.
Did it really? Wow.
Oh yeah, that was one of the biggest things, is to max out your homing missile, and normally people just walk away from it like that, but it used to be like 500 damage when maxed, and it had like, I don't know, 2,000 units of distance traveled, but now it's just flat damage at all levels.
So, Rubik just absorbs it and eventually walks on out. Heads back towards the middle lane himself, trying to finish his arcane boots, but the middle tower going down in the meantime. That Hooded Defiance finishes here discussing, and 1,000 gold already saved up for Razor, so he really is just turning it on as far as his farm goes. But Illidan, despite that death earlier, he's doing all right too. He's still second in net worth. Again, the Hand of Might is helping, but as we say that, he's in trouble now. He does have Phantasm, Reality Rift level 4. Maybe use that to help get out of here. Echo Stomp, it's going to not be in range. Whew, so close. That's such a large radius. Homing Missile's also going to be late. And, I mean, I guess sometimes the best strategy is just run. And that's what Illidan did right there.
Yeah, so he gets a fast hero, 370 move speed. But Dag's being very active, and I'm glad. Although, the flip side is that he's not really focusing on farming right now, and so, like, Ancients aren't being stacked. Or actually, Ancients are being stacked. There's now a triple stack, so, I don't know, Gambit supports are actually doing a lot more than I expected them to be doing.
Iceberg, normally when he's this far pushed up by himself against a tiny Rubik, you figure, oh crap, he's dead. Nah, he didn't even have to use Hooded Defiance. He just walks away with the phase boots. Not nearly enough damage because of how under-farmed really the Tiny is. Under-leveled for that matter at this point in the game. So, but yeah, the active play at Dahak, you mentioned with the Mask Madness, that was an interesting play from CK, by the way. He actually popped Phantasm to avoid the homing missile again, and then he just TP'd out himself, and now he's at the bottom lane. Yeah, just trying to make sure to keep some kind of good farm going, because he knows how much his team is relying on him right now to keep that up, but that'll be a top tier 1 tower kill now. And the lead about only 1,000 overall net worth lead for Gambit, to be fair. Looking good for them, but
Always Want to Fly is posted up in this bot lane. They want Illidan to push into this, and they see these two Storm Illusions. If he had just sent one, I wonder if Always Want to Fly would have gotten baited by it, but they're backing off. They scan out the Undying. They don't know how many heroes are down there, and so they're just going to be like, whatever. Is now in the top lane, call down, FNG. He's in the tree, so they don't know. Oh, there's a, never mind, they do know. But he gets out.
Just barely walks away from the Earth Splitter. Middle lane, Razor. Gonna do a little bit of damage to Phobos as he TPs away, though. Pretty good counter tool to a Razor. He's going for the solo kill at least. But yeah, that Ancient stack you were mentioning earlier, that's a pretty massive stack here at the bottom side at least. Looks like Gyrocopter is starting to head back now, and would I be surprised to see him do it very near future and really start to shoot up that net worth chart. As Razor's just comfortably sitting mid. I mean, why would he go anywhere else? It's still continuing to work for him, even despite the tier 1 already being dead. He's still getting plenty of farm here. And he's on his way to a Yasha, which actually he's able to purchase in full now. and have delivered. So maybe going to do Ancients as a team, stack it one more time perhaps.
Ice Blast misses on the bot lane, but Illidan's getting crits galore right now. One more hit.
A-bomb form. I always call it A-bomb form. I don't know why. It's flesh going.
What is it?
The ultimate.
Who was the hero in Han?
Well, there was no equivalent. I don't even know where I'm getting A-bomb form from.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
I just feel like it's like an abomination that like it makes sense. But anyways, Cheshire Cat. Where did he die? Wow, way up here.
Top one. He was farming a little bit too aggressively. Looks like LTW finally is willing to start to use Ball Lightning, as now the rest of Radiant are pushing out bot. Illidan does not get the lucky proc on the Phantasm Illusion.
Still gonna go. Elder Titan, man. Get some lucky crit procs though.
Dude, I'm right. Like I mean, the crit doesn't scale with levels, but still, 12% is not. It's not 17%. Let me tell you.
No.
And now Invis Tiny with the Invis rune. They see Dahak farming in his jungle.
That's a kill. Easy kill, really.
A freebie. Wow.
And again, this ancient stack is still here, so it seems like Gambit.
No one on Spirit can take it, so at least that's good for them. They can block it, but Phobos is way too underfarmed to be able to do anything about it. At least they'll block this one.
Try to stack, but yeah, they're gonna make it so it doesn't happen. But it goes back to the point I was gonna get. It's like they gotta do it soon though. And not only if anything to make sure they don't take it, but just really accelerate yourself that much more.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh wow, they're going in. Iceberg is at least gets tossed away, but again he has that hood. The stomp does connect on a Tiny, and that'll be the inevitable kill for him. Mega kill streak indeed for Iceberg.
Yeah, so both teams. Oh man, Iceberg he actually can definitely get this kill. 1, 2, 3. Ice Blast connects while Dahak is farming these Ancients, but the Tombstone is tanking up all the aggro, so Dahak doesn't really get that low. And there you go, finally getting that acceleration. Both teams have vision on this high ground area, and neither team knew that the other one had vision. So Gambit is obviously like, well, they have the high ground, so they know that they can see us, but they don't know that we can see them. And immediately Razor goes in. Tiny tries to toss him back to break the static link, but Undying wisely moves forward at the same time, so the toss doesn't really get that much distance, and they get the kill on Rubik and Tiny.
So there you go, for Gambit at least. Finally get the Ancient stack and some kills on top, and then now Iceberg too, and SNY is just about finished for him to go with that early Hood of Defiance. Gyrocopter, his own SNY, so very similar builds. SNY at least is going to be the popular choice for the cores of Gambit, and you were mentioning this in the draft. In fact, it's a lineup that's going to want to win in that mid-game stage, and you know we're kind of starting to entering that now, so this is to be fair to say. And SNYs are, I think it's fair to say, great items for that purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. And oh, what the hell? Oh my god. ILTW is freaking out.
Oh no, he still got hit. Yeah, he's just like, where do I go? Where do I go? Zapping around. And he actually will escape in the long run.
I can't believe he lives through that. I didn't even know that Earthshaker had a blink dagger. He didn't either. There have been so many like unintentional dodges this qualifier that we've seen of teams like, I'm gonna go farm this creep wave, and then suddenly they dodge all this initiation. He gets out just barely. That's huge actually, because if he had gone down, that like he's trying to recover so hard, and it's working out. He got that kill on Earthshaker earlier. Shaker was trying to return the favor, is now top lane. We see Illidan taking a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, the Rihanna would pull it, but now CK, is he in trouble? The armlet toggle, Fadebolt put out as well, mitigating some damage. Eventually the homing missile connects on top of the Kesnek over the turn kill though, and a double kill as a result of it. Now Big Num put him to stop out once again.
Just punch
Maybe
him.
take
Just
out
punch
CK.
him.
Yes, he punches him once and he does secure it. So 500 bonus gold
Punch
for
him too.
Big Num, and he's going to take out Rubik as well. So that damage. And Tiny returns the favor though. He says, you got big punches, so do I. As he whacks him with the tree. So
dude, what does Razor do? Oh, he's in the mid lane. Iceberg has just been chilling. He's had a TP scroll like for a while, but he's just been letting the rest of his team kill each other. And like, well, I mean, in the end, Gyrocopter goes down, so Spirit are definitely happy with that. Yeah, CK also goes down, but I think it's more important for Spirit to stem the flow of this mid-game dominance from Gambit.
Death tax.
Yeah, Storm Spirit, talk about his recovery journey. It actually has been really good, and goes back to, again, the fact that he lived earlier and now allows him to have a full Bloodstone finished as well. And the Kaya is queued up to be purchased next. So these next couple of minutes are going to be really crucial right now because, again, as usual with the Bloodstone, Can he get more charges with it, or will he die and thus it starts going downhill? But, ooh, could be coming up soon. Smoke. Bottom lane, Spirit.
Yeah, it was underneath this Radiant ward, so
True.
They know.
And they're setting up for the response. Uh-oh. They're wrapping around, gonna go in, Big Enough gonna get the Dark of the choice, Tombstone's put down, Storm Spirit, and get the hell on out. Yeah, he realizes it's not worth it. AA and Rubik picked off. Storm, oh, the homing missile hits because of the fissure.
Nah, he can still
Echo?
Get out.
He doesn't have Echo.
Stones.
If he had Echo there, maybe.
Yeah.
This is coming off cooldown now, 5 more seconds when I looked at it.
Under attack.
So he escapes, but they get the supporting cast picked.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Tiny was farming in the top lane. Illidan's farming. Man, Illidan is... Oh, he finally gets lucky. Oh, wait, no, he has level 2 points in Phantasm now. But not going to be able to push as Iceberg does show up.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
All right, Tiny.
Dire's bottom
Drums
tower is
purchased.
under
That's a
attack.
Shadow Blade that he's working on at least. Already has a Shadow Amulet. So Tiny, just like Storm Spirit, the journey of recovering. I mean, he's actually not doing too bad, especially when compared to the other offlaners. I say this. Caster's Curse, unfortunately for him. And that's going to be stalled now a little bit. So, monster kill streak now for Razor as he's 8-0-1 already in this game. 2,600 more gold saved up. Man, Iceberg's just not stopping here when it comes to progression. What does he get next? He has nothing queued up, so we can play the guessing game now.
It's true.
BKB, is that
still
necessary?
I still think Blade Mail wouldn't be bad, but I don't know if he should go for it. Shiva's Guard is definitely not something that I was going to predict, but it's useful against CK, and he is the most farmed. And so if you need to itemize against one hero, it should probably be CK, because Storm Spirit, yeah, he's going to be able to deal some damage moving forward, but I think you're going to be able to keep him under control with the Gyrocopter and the Earthshaker. So CK is probably going to need the most focus from Razor, and I can agree. Oh, well, now he changes to BKB.
I was going to say, yeah. Changes it up, though. Did suggest that, just saying. So.
He did.
However, that means that level 20 talent for Chaos Knight's going to be pretty important, too, though.
Right.
He gets there. The piercing spell immunity with the Reality Rift.
Yeah, and it also means that Iceberg's BKB will be down to 5 seconds. Like, one of the things about mid-game strategies is sometimes you need to be able to roll the dice on not building a BKB early, because, like, if it does go late, you'll still have a chance because your BKB will be 10 seconds whenever you finally do decide to build it. But if you build it early, then you really are doubling down on the fact that you're going to end the game early. Otherwise, once this guy's BKB is down to 5 seconds, Storm's going to be doing so much more damage. Tiny is going to be doing so much more damage, and AA Ice Blast is going to be a bigger concern for a Razor.
All right, Kaio's finished now on Storm Spirit.
Looking for me?
He's 1-2-0. Not a sexy stat line right there. But now with a Kaya as well as a Bloodstone, full power treads, he's kind of hitting a spike himself now. And potentially could be getting some kills.
I don't know why Gambit are giving them so much time to hit these spikes. I guess they want to finish both BKBs. So Dahak is about to finish his BKB, and Razor's about to finish his. But once they get that, like, you need to stop stalling. You need to just go.
And CK is going right into the heart as well. He just hit level 15, so he gets the 15 strength, but the heart on top of that, and he's going to have 3,500 plus life once he has that finished, it feels like. So, he's going to be much more difficult to kill, let alone doing plenty of damage. They smoke up around the Razor. I don't think Spirit's really interested, though, in jumping him by any means. See on the mini-map. Instead, they'll just push out middle lane now. As maybe go for the tier 2 tower. Phantasm
Iceberg's
Army.
BKB is coming in on the courier, so I don't think they're going to go too crazy. They're just waiting to see what response shows up, and Gyrocopter is chilling. He hasn't finished his BKB yet, so they're really expecting no response from Spirit, and I mean, this is not a fast push.
No.
If you only have one hero whipping it.
With no link damage, yeah, no, he's
Radiant's bottom tower
not the
is
most
under
threatening
attack.
right now. Comes to siege.
Both teams are just waiting. Spirit is
fortified.
ready to pounce on this bot lane if
Dire's
anyone ever
middle
responds,
tower
and
is under attack.
meanwhile, it looks like the rest of
Radiant's
Gambit is
bottom
starting to make
tower
moves on
is under
Phobos, but
attack.
like, who cares if you kill Phobos?
Oh, get him.
Are scanning.
Well, they're definitely going to kill him, however long it takes. And Ice Blast is going to hit on couple of heroes at least. But
Are they?
oh my god, they're
Oh
really not?
man.
No
The
detection.
freaking courier delivered his Shadow Blade at that very moment.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
is
I don't
under
think that
attack.
he was holding the amulet on himself. I think it was just the full thing. Meanwhile, Iceberg's making move on FNG and he's gonna get that kill, but
Radiant's bottom
that's,
tower
I
is
think you're really happy with your Spirit right now.
I was gonna say
Especially
that,
if you can kill this Iceberg also.
that's where you buy
against-
detection right off the bat, as they do kind of right there.
Ooh,
But Iceberg gets
Iceberg.
tossed back in. However, pops the BKB,
Radiant's
which he just
bottom
got the
tower
soul
is
repeal
under
as well,
attack.
and he'll be fine. That's the 10-second BKB, however.
That is the 10-second BKB. Dude, Spirit are getting away with so much right now.
Yeah. They got so distracted up
They
at
can
the
go
top
back
lane
in.
there.
Dire's middle tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Is that
Slam.
the best target? Can they get the kill? He's tanky. Doesn't have the heart just yet, but he still has the Reaver. Plenty of tank. The Earth Splitter coming up. Illidan will just walk away in the end. The Link. Not enough damage for Iceberg to finish the job. He does 157 plus damage, but his whole team and himself is running now. As Storm Spirit joins in and gets a couple of charges on the Bloodstone as a result. So, yeah, Spirit really feels like they are getting away with murder right now, and they actually have a lead now. 2,000 net worth lead.
Yeah, and it's only gonna get worse. Because Rubik has now completed a Blink Dagger with all this farm that he's getting. It's coming in on the Courier for him. As you said, Storm Spirit is getting more and more Bloodstone charges. He's up to 16. And they couldn't kill a CK before he completes the heart. And that was with straight, that's like the best case scenario. You initiated on him when none of his teammates were around. You slammed him with a lot of creeps surrounding him. And, oh wow, Dahak uses, what the heck?
I'm going to go ahead and say misclick.
Okay.
Unless, I caught that kind of in the last second, unless he thought Tiny was nearby. Like a Shadow Blade, or I'm not even sure how he got low in the first place, to be fair. It might have been react. I'm honestly not sure, so. But, because Tiny was in the area with the Shadow Blade coming off cooldown.
Okay, let's go with that.
Yeah. But
So
thing is,
both 10-second BKBs are now down for Gambit. So that's a bit of a shame.
9 seconds, still pretty good, but yeah, now you have a hard finish in full. We just saw how, even with the Prime initiation, they still were not able to do enough damage to kill him. And now he has 3,600 life, as we were mentioning earlier. That's what's going to be around. So, got that. Storm Spirit, the Orchid, much more offensive power going to be happening soon. And then even Tiny. I mean, hell, Tiny right now drums Shadow Blade alone, and he's not even the position of one core. Like, these two items in itself, 25.5 minutes would be pretty bad, frankly, but the fact that he's the offlane Tiny, you have to remember, it makes this actually great.
He's farming way harder than Shaker is, which is understandable, but Shaker, like, the gap is only going to get wider as Radiant do scan out Phobos, but they don't have any detection. Oh, actually, they do have detection, but they don't have Sentry Wards, as Iceberg gets another solo kill. ILTW wants to turn it around, but you can't go into a Razor if you're Storm Spirit.
Razor's getting a lot of solo kills. He's not usually a hero that does that, but
No, he's not.
he's managing. They're still
See
running
if
after
they
Tiny.
can kill Phobos.
Okay, yes.
instead.
Earth Splitter secure. I like how people just melt when the Earth Splitter happens.
Yeah,
like disappear
as now
almost.
ILTW duking it out with Iceberg. Dude, Iceberg is just up to his own thing. Yeah, the beauty of Earth Splitter in these situations is that it scales. So Tiny is a strength hero, CK is a strength hero. It's always going to do 40% of their HP as damage, and 50% once Earth Splitter's maxed. So against these strength heroes, it definitely just shreds them. And Gambit are going for a Roche, but it's going to get scouted out.
And Ice Flash pretty good to turn. Gets 4 heals right there. Illidan homing missiles on him.
He does not have a BKB.
And no Phantasm either.
Yeah.
So he's
So
not
they're actually
the
gonna
most
get
confident.
this. Oh,
Storm. Oh, Storm's going for the kill at least. Rip peel at the last second. Undertime going to stay alive a little bit longer because of that. But no, eventually we'll go down. However, they get Roshan. And Dahak picks up the Aegis, catching ILTW. Zapping over the ledge, though.
yeah. Everyone was just like, yeah, sorry, ET. You're it was a worthy cause, but you were just the collateral. As they all just watched him die. All they wanted to do is just confirm that the Roche went down, and it does. They give the Aegis successfully to Dahak Gyrocopter.
But now what do you do? I mean, you got those BKBs. You
Yeah.
have to make a play in these next couple of minutes. It feels like there's still tier 2 towers up even. You have to at least get some of these objectives if you're
Right.
Gambit. Or else this game's just going to go on longer, and that's only to the benefit of Chaos Knight, as well as the Storm Spirit even, for Team Spirit. So Gambit, these next couple of minutes, again, going to be very crucial for them. What they determine to do. Razor. That Shiva's is probably going to be an item that they want to have before they make these plays. And Shiva's is going to be pretty good against the CK.
It's true, but it's going to take him like another 2 minutes to complete that item. And so that's 2 minutes off the Aegis, and it's 2 minutes more that Illidan continues to farm as he has a plate mail of his own, most likely going for a Assault Cuirass, as Cheshire Cat does find him, and is pinging, but no one's going to help him.
He's like, guys, quickly come. What do they do? I mean, they can't TP
Buy
in.
BOT2s now.
Just go. Yeah, that wasn't happening, so he gets away. But I'm also noticing how Illidan's not afraid to use the Phantasm Army.
Illidan's just not afraid in
liberal.
general. Look at him moving up. If they continue trying to farm his Phantasm, he was just going to go and kill them. But this has been like the new trend with CK. Like if you watch generally carry players, it used to be that you don't even skill up Phantasm at 6 because you're just so, like your illusions are very weak. But these days people are like, whatever. The cooldown's long, but it accelerates your farm, and so a lot of times you'll just see Phantasm used to push out lanes or take Ancients while you push out a lane. So it's seen as a farming tool as well as a team fighting tool these days.
Gyrocopter. That Mascomanus flat cannon, trying to farm that butterfly. But again, especially if they're going to wait for that now, it's going to be a little bit longer before Gambit's going to feel comfortable actually going for some objectives here, and it makes that Aegis pickup not really that great in the end. But as I say that, they are kind of just pushing out middle, so maybe they realize the situation, and they're going to find Rubik, who actually stole the Pulse Nova, but that's just going to be a little bit of damage coming out before he'll die.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Dahak had just turned on Rocket Barrage as he was walking into their area, and so no chance for a blink out on Rubik. Otherwise, you may have been able to react fast enough. But there's a slight wraparound with Phobos, who's invis.
Yeah, this is awkward because there's only 3 heroes here.
Radiant Ward can see up to there, and he's going to back off.
Whew. Yeah, that would have been close. But I was saying, I mean, Earthshaker as well as Outer Titan are both at the bottom lane. So they don't have their initiation right now here in the middle. So this is a very iffy push, but Ice Blast, Tiny, he's going in. It hits on both. The Tier 2 tower finally does fall, but here we go now. Link is put up on Tiny. Tries to force staff away, could not get out of range, so a call down to even happen in the homing missile. We saw it happen before after a chase of DK Phobos. This time it should result in a kill at least. And they do make it happen. Now who's this rotating over? That would be Storm Spirit with an Invis rune.
Whoa. I mean, that is ballsy as hell right now.
Move. Especially when they were trying to find a Tiny that whole time, you're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, okay, he's going to make his way to the Shrine, the homing missile eventually. Oh, nice disjoint there. And the Shrine lasts a little bit longer.
I always want to fly last man left standing, and he's going to go down.
Top lane, there's that Phantasm Army. The Earth Splitter happening after the fact goes to the pull in, but the BKB used, but Dahak needs to get the hell out of there. Go for the turn kill, but the Aegis is going to be popped as a result. Razor's dead, though. Very uncoordinated from Gambit, it feels like. Echo Stomp, though, coming out from Cheshire Cat. Big Nub trying to follow up with an Echo Stomp himself, but it's just not enough damage. They lose a gyro. All the damage is gone. And they're trying to run. The rest of the supporting cast, Big Num, he's going to get caught. LTW finishing him. It's you got to give credit to Spirit, sure, but man, Gambit just seems so confused on what to do.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think they're thinking too hard about these things. Like whenever they were going for that mid-tier 2 push, like you said, like Shaker and the Elder Titan were like in the bot lane doing their own thing, like waiting to get a pick on someone, but you had the Aegis. Why would Spirit be trying to like do something tricky like that? And instead, they were spread out. They tried to react on the Illidan in the top lane, but Gyrocopter like walked in with like half HP, and now another Ice Blast coming in.
And they don't even have Gyrocopter. Iceberg's just trying to man mode right here. Buyback from the from Cheshire Cat as he died pretty quickly, but they kill Ancient Apparition, and they will be able to hold here at the top of their base. They save the melee racks, which of course is important. They lost tier 3 though. And that means shrines are now exposed. A minimal casualty for Team Spirit, and they're going to reset. I mean, CK is going to pick up that AC now most likely. And by the way, he's level 22, so he pierces spell immunity now. Storm Spirit's level 23, the highest level in the game somehow. I mean, this guy just completely recovered and more on this hero. So,
I mean, he hasn't died since he got that Bloodstone completed. So
true, that helps.
ILTW has been doing a fantastic job of making sure that. I mean, this is This is what happens if you let these heroes go to late game, and I still disagree with the idea to build BKB on Razor and Gyrocopter both at the same time. Like, if one of them goes for the BKB, then someone still needs to be useful in the mid game, but the problem is both of them went for this item, and now, what, Razor's BKB is 7 seconds, Gyro's BKB is 8 seconds. It's you're seeing like AA get successful shatters on these heroes, which BKB wouldn't really help, but like, you know, the tick is still relevant, and I don't know, this game is getting nigh unwinnable for Gambit.
Sure feels like it. Cores are hitting level 20 mark, so I'm just going around and seeing the talents, pretty much the expected ones really on Gyrocopter and Razor. We got Chaos Knight as we mentioned, and then Storm Spirit again. He's level 24 now even, so I'll see what he decides to get. I mean, Overload Piercing Immunity might not be bad considering the BKBs, but we've also seen the Static Revenants, obviously, and how fun that could be. Top over here, I should say, of the Ancient Area. Iceberg going in, pops the BKB, but again, Reality Rips can still go through that, remember. In fact, he pulls him in. Now looking for a turn. Call down, though, will mean Illidan has to run. Or wants to keep running at least. DK Phobos, he's just waiting for the time the BKBs to wear off. Avalanche is going to miss everyone, actually. Ice Blast coming out, also missing because of the BKB. But there's a Scythe on Gyrocopter now as soon as the BKB wears off, and he's going to die shortly after, most likely. No, the Solar Repair with the last second. Not enough. He eventually goes down. Right there, Illidan's still on the run. The homing missile connects. He is dying, and Cheshire Cat trying to finish the job. Actually gets a double kill out of it. A huge Echo Slam from Cheshire Cat. But now you have Storm Spirit still to deal with 24 charges on that 25. Bloodstone. He gets a triple kill. Make it 25, baby. Let's make it another couple as well. As a toss, Razor gonna be slowing down just enough. The final auto attack gets the ultra kill. 26 charges of the Bloodstone. Mid-fight, I mean, that was hard to really determine how that was going to play out, but then you saw ILTW is still full life and zapping around like, oh yeah, he's going to clean up.
Yeah, before that fight, Spirit had basically like a 10k net worth advantage, and that was what was being flexed. ILTW having that sheep stick, being able to sheep up Gyrocopter after that, you know, BKB, like we said, you build it early on, it's going to start ticking earlier on. It was only 2 seconds shorter than a 10-second BKB, but you saw every second matters, and ILTW got the sheep. Gyrocopter very quickly died underneath it, and after that, he just basically had free reign over the entire fight. And props to Cheshire Cat, though. He was holding on to that slam, and if the net worth advantage wasn't so bad, it's always want to fly. They get the root off, so ILTW maybe, yeah, he's not going to go for it. But yeah, so Cheshire Cat was holding on to it, and if you weren't 10k net worth down, then that would have been a game-winning Echo Slam. Well, not game-winning, but it would have been a huge Echo Slam. But they're just too far behind, and Gyrocopter can't even survive as ILTW dodges the Echo Stomp.
He is dodging a lot right here. He also dodged the homing missile initially. The Air Splitter will catch Rubik. Trying to kill him off at least. He stole Flat Cannon. That's not a ability you want to be stealing if you're Rubik, but...
Undying doesn't even want to finish the job.
Cheshire Cat. He'll catch him, maybe.
Oh, what?
Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
He's got him blocked in there. All right, so again, a little bit of a win there as they get the kill on a Rubik, but I mean, you look back at their base, they still have all their racks, so there's definitely still fight left in Gambit. They're now down 2 tier 3 towers, but Spirit figure once again gonna reset. Storm Spirit, the full Bloodthorn now finished as well to go with that Scythe that he just got up. He did go the Overload Pierces immunity, as we were talking about.
Which I think makes sense. More often than not, I'll see the auto remnant be taken in whenever you're down, but whenever you're up. Well, I mean, like, it's all situational, but there are heroes that have spell immunity, and they have all their Raxes. That's usually the situation in which auto remnant is the best.
Dahak would like to finish that butterfly. I've seen him working on it for a while. Goes back to that time.
Not even know if it'll matter that much. Like you said, the Bloodthorn is completed now on Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Scythe and the Bloodthorn.
I'm actually kind of surprised that Illidan didn't opt for the Halberd this game. I feel like Evasion would have been pretty good against this Gyrocopter and this Razor, but he decided to tank up. The armor is helping out his entire team, and especially when you have a Tiny who, as we all know, has 0 armor, it's pretty useful as now. Big leap from ILTW.
Undying just gets picked off quickly. He drops a tombstone right as he dies, but It doesn't matter unless that's the talent. Anyways, BKB activated by Iceberg. He's going in. Takes out Rubik. That BKB is going to be wearing off shortly, though. And Illidan ready to pull it in with the reality rip. Does not have the follow stuff initially. The Chaos Ball finally comes out, but there's another Echo Slam trying to turn the tides of the fight. Rubik bought back, by the way. DK Phobos will survive as he stealths on out. He goes back in, hits Razor 1 time, 2 times, throws a tree, and the finish from Ancient, or ILTW actually got the last hit credit right there. So still going in. Dahak, the toss on an Ancient Apparition. Not enough damage, though, to take him out. ILTW would like to finish him, but going to be a little bit too far. And so instead, they'll have to make their way to the racks. But 3 heroes dead, including Razor, and he does not have a buyback now. 65 more seconds.
Yeah, and if they did have buybacks, Team Spirit would just immediately back off and go take Roche. So this is like it's a no-win situation right now for Gambit.
Team Spirit on the verge, going to the finals, getting a matchup against Empire. As a result, Gambit trying to prevent that as much as they can right now, considering the situation. By LTW, an absolutely dominating Storm Spirit performance, just flying around. They just cannot deal with them right now. And Cheshire Cat is going to get picked up. Undying's pulled it with a Vortex. Again, the talent lays down the Tombstone. Call down actually on multiple heroes with the homing missile and the Earth Splitter. But oh, the catch Storm Spirit, but it's not enough damage actually to finish the job over the root. And they will get the kill with the Astral Spirit there. So that's a big kill if I ever seen one. 1,600 bounty gold for Big Nim. No big deal.
Elder Titan's very happy with that.
Yeah. And Storm Spirit's now down to only 20 charges.
Remember when you killed me?
Yeah, I'm back, baby.
Where's the party?
Elder Titan's dead. He buys back. Very chaotic point of the game right now. As Spirit is just trying to really finish it, but once again, Gambit, they're going to fight to the bitter end here. Not going to give up. See, there's still hope.
Is under attack.
Roche is up. Viper confirms it. Should go down fairly quickly once CK respawns. In the meantime, they'll just take out these shrines. Bot shrine's taken down. Top shrine is still up, but Spirit will probably go kill that shortly after. And Tiny actually builds an AC of his own. He was like, CK, I can't afford for you to be dead for 30 seconds. I'm just gonna need the armor myself.
All right. So now they got 2 of them
Are scanning.
to work with here.
All right,
Got
YOLO
Roshan.
Roche.
Got to be desperate once again. Try for something.
No minus armor on either of these heroes.
No, it's a
So
very
it's
slow
very
Roshan.
slow.
Goes back to just, again, they're built in general. Very, we want to win
Although,
mid-game.
Cheshire Cat spots out Viper.
Okay, they're going to catch Rubik at least.
All right.
TP in from LTW, though.
CK's, oh, wow, BKB.
It's going to be wearing off shortly here, so they get another kill on the support. LTW, he's fine. He's actually going to go for the turtle. Look at that man up right here. The Eels. LTW has to maybe be a little bit careful. Meanwhile, the Tier 4 towers are taking damage, though. But back over here, Dahak pops a BKB. The Earth Splitter not going to really connect. You see Illidan with his own BKB. Trying to find somebody to beat down, and Gyrocopter eventually going to be caught. And as a result, he will go down 90 seconds. Has a buyback. Iceberg. Link onto Illidan. They did kill Storm Spirit. Yeah, this is something for Gambit, isn't it? All right, Storm Spirit dead. You got Razor. He's still alive, dealing with DK Phobos, but Phobos, he's going to be heavily slowed. Possibly run down. The stop misses, though. Good Force Staff.
He's going to have Silver Edge. He can get out.
Yeah, he'll be good there. But, yeah, Storm Spirit, I mentioned at the beginning of that. I mean, going in the first place, he was really YOLO about it. And he dies because of it, too. I'm not even sure how he died, actually. I was watching a different part of the fight, but
He got rooted. This Rod of Atos is really proving. Oh, man, ILTW. Let's
calm it down, bro.
There's still a game going on right now. Okay, with the AA Ice Blast.
But even with that, Big
No,
Gnome
he's gonna shatter.
should die.
Oh my god.
Turn kill.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He's good. Razor went a little bit too far. Plasma Field helps finish off Ancient Apparition. And he actually stays alive for now. You have LTW getting back to the shrine. Tier 4s, again, did take a little bit of damage. Not a lot, actually. I thought they took more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just calm down, alright? Team Spirit.
It was a 20,000 net worth. Now it's a 15, so it's 5,000 swing right there for Gambit.
Invisibility.
So, here we go again.
LTW says now's the time to go again. It's been about 30 seconds. Gyrocopter gets the BKB off, though. Remember with that talent going through, but in comes the Echo Stomp once again. Cheshire Cut helping us set up a turn. LTW gets stunned again, and he will fall yet again. That is 3 deaths in the last 2 minutes or so, it feels like. And what was 29 Bloodstone charges is now down to 10. All of a sudden,
see
for him.
Phobos.
It's just going to continue.
Dude, what the hell is going on?
This has just turned into freaking Onslaught, man.
This is overthrow Dota now.
Yeah, we just want to fight. Don't even care about the win anymore. We just want to fight, damn it. Phobos will fall. And now look at he's like, it's my turn. It's my turn, bro. I want to go in. I want a chance. Gets a quick kill on Earthshaker at least. And they're gonna get Undying. All right, couple of kills.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So that does
No,
work out.
LTW don't attack now. Well, I guess they can. Gyrocopter's dead for 70 seconds, and that was his dieback, so there's no chance of him getting back into the fight. At least get the megas. Don't go for another kill, just get the megas.
Undying buyback. You're not the most scared about that, though. Oh, Razor gets pulled in. He's hexed up as LTW comes flying in. Razor gonna tank through it. The Echo Stomp helping a little bit too, but Elder Titan, no. He'll end up dying. Razor just making his way back to base. LTW zaps in, gets the buyback. I think this is actually going to be it here, Tsunami. That just happened indeed.
That just happened.
They're not even going for Megas. They're just going for Tier 4.
Oh, so now you want to end the game. Is that what it is?
Now's the time. LTW is going to beat on
No,
the
LTW does not want to end the game.
He's like, we need more kills. Got to beat those stats. All right, GG is officially called as they take out Razor in the end there. You can't blame Gambit for sticking in it, especially with the way things were starting to look there. But in the end, once again, similar to Game 2, Team Spirit does hold on. And they will take the game number 3 and the series victory. So congratulations to them. Moving on to the finals here. Well, they'll face Empire.
It was the best execution of the mid-game strategy that I had seen yet from Gambit, but still, it always seems to come down to itemization and positioning. Like, they were not grouping up, and this is always the downfall of many mid-game strategies, is like, everyone wants to finish some item. Everyone wants to get some level. Everyone wants to get one pick or something like that. But some strong voice needs to just crack the whip and saying, like, no, we are stronger than them, even without whatever you want, and we can win this fight. But eventually, Team Spirit, they held on, and despite some questionable maneuvers in the waning minutes of that game, they do come out with a victory, and they will move on to face Team Empire in the grand finals of the CIS Qualifier.
Yeah, I feel like I say it a lot with this region coverage, especially, to be fair. But another case, it wasn't the cleanest Dota at times, but overall, a victory for Team Spirit. And
I mean, these people are showmen, so yes. It was a hell of a show.
It was, but yeah, with that in mind, always entertained. Really am. Definitely never mind casting the CIS region, especially. But it's going to come down to Empire versus Spirit. As I made the bold prediction. I do think Spirit is a team to beat right now in CIS region, as far as up there on the topless teams. Of course, you got Virtus Pro on their own level. And then you got the next tier, and I feel like Spirit is one of those, as is Empire for that matter. So I guess almost could be expected, but coming down to those two teams in the finals, that will have, like I said, it's set to be tomorrow at this point. But our coverage for today going to be wrapping up here. So Tsunami, I want to give you the chance again. Any shout-outs, any final words from yourself?
No, nothing in particular. I haven't really seen too much of Gambit, and if I'm being entirely honest, this was not a particularly inspiring showing from them, but it's I saw potential for sure. Like, I don't think they ever really lost the laning phase in any of these games, which is something definitely to hold your hat on, but they need a better shot caller, I think. If I had to pick one symptom of what the team is lacking, I would say that. But, still definitely a team to keep your eye on.
Well, coverage for today, guys. Wrap it up again tomorrow. It'll be back. The time right now that I do have is it's set to start at 2000. Nope, that's actually not CIS. It's set to start at 1600 Central European Time. So actually the same time as it was today. So 1600 Central European Time, or what is 10 a.m. Eastern. That'll be
21
tomorrow.
hours from now.
There you go. 21 hours from now. Best way to look at it. It will be a best of 3 from my understanding. There was the admins were talking about that. I believe they did confirm. Going to be best of 3. But the point is Empire versus Spirit taking place. Personally, I will not be here tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm going to be going away for the holidays here. But it's been a blast casting these the CIS Dota action. I don't know about yourself, Tsunami, again, depending on who the caster is. But so we'll see if
yeah, I have no idea.
Well,
I'll have to sort that out.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out. But there will be coverage of it, is what matters, of course, of the finals come tomorrow. So with that said, guys, wrapping up officially for tonight. Have a good night. Congratulations again to Spirit, and good luck to both them as well as Empire come tomorrow in the finals. See you then, guys.